How's it going, Philip?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Are you having a good day? Are you enjoying abusing your elders? I really think you are.
Oh, hello Tyler, how are you today? Are you enjoying abusing your progressive views for the purpose of spreading an agenda? Good, I hope you're enjoying it, because I'm certainly enjoying abusing my powers to pwn you right now.
How's it going, Thundercult? Are you enjoying aiding in the actions of a very sick and deranged man?
Oh really? Oh really? Projection.
I know you are, because you're so complacent, you don't seem to realize that you guys are actually fascists.
Says the community that tried to silence him in the first place. The community that is well known to be pro-censorship. Are you sure you want to accuse others of being fascists? Alright, Tyler. You're throwing down the gauntlet. I'm seeing what you're doing there.
Deal with that. I said it. Hey, you want to pick on somebody your own size? Hey, give it a shot.
Well, since my channel is bigger than yours by about 200 and odd subscribers, I guess that must mean I'm punching down. Deal with it. It's about to get worse.
Hey, Thunderfoot, why don't you direct your attention over at me? You know why? Because I'm not afraid of you, because I've been dealing with bullies like you for most of my life. That's all you are, Thunderfoot. And I think I know why you're afraid.
I just love how that little annotation in your video is kind of just showing how much projection is in this video right now. It's brilliant. It's satisfying. It's funny how the person who nearly had his life ruined by a bunch of feminists on the internet who disagreed with him, tried to get him fired, tried to get him arrested for Holocaust denial, even though he never denied it, even though he's never expressed any Nazi views at all, ever. And now the victims, yet he's the bully. Isn't that strange? Isn't it a standard bully tactic to try and blame it all on the victim to get away with it? You didn't think of that, did you, Tyler?
About that letter that she sent. And I think I know why you want to set a precedent about sending letters. Because you're afraid that more of them are going to come.
Really? Considering that even if they were to get him fired, as abhorrent as that is, he'd just make more videos because he makes quite a lot of money on YouTube as it is. Shooting yourself in the foot, Tyler, don't you think?
And you're afraid that words have power, Thunderfoot. Well, I've got some news for you, buddy. I sent a letter myself, and I signed it with my name as well. And I'm going to read it to you right now.
Well, now we know a person who is abhorrent and a censorious, ironically fascist-leaning person who is probably going to regret sending that letter in the future. I don't know. I mean, if it's going to happen to them, it may happen to you.
In regards to Phil Mason, aka Thunderfoot on YouTube. Hello, my name is Tyler Street. I'm writing to inform you of the questionable actions of one of your employees. I am in no doubt that you are already presently aware of the accusations against Mr. Mason, and I do not wish to bore you with unnecessary details. I'm quite sure you've been receiving them in abundance already.
Well, I'm surprised a social justice warrior actually stopped slacking for one day and did something.
I only wish to encourage you to take these accusations seriously enough to investigate the validity of the claims yourself. His history of harassing and encouraging the harassment of public and private citizens, YouTubers, etc.
Any evidence? You got any evidence for that, Tyler? That's a spurious claim. It's almost like slander, isn't it? I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to a minute to give me your evidence. You know what? I'll be generous. I'll give the entire video until I pause it, which could be like a second to, you never know. But you've got to provide evidence for that. I'll be waiting.
The man's hateful and bigoted personal views are of very little concern to me, as much as the hundreds of thousands of people, young people, who take his hateful words as fact.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Ah, that argument, Tyler. Are you really going to try and bust out the children to make yourself morally superior? To try and guilt trip his employers into firing him? Seriously? I'll have you know that that's not going to work because 1, you never got him fired. 2, you never present evidence of his bigoted views. And 3, it's just assertion. So whatever can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence.
And act out in his regard, something he takes no responsibility for and makes no attempt to stop his fans from doing in any way.
Thunderfoot is a scientist, a free thinker, a skeptic. He is not interested in the mind control. He's more interested in just putting his ideas out, and if anybody agrees with them, that's fine. Or if somebody disagrees with him, that's also fine. If they can give him evidence to prove that he is wrong, he might change his opinion. That's what he has always espoused from what I've seen from his videos. He's not trying to brainwash kids. That would be your social justice movement. More projection. The amount of times I have seen these things happen in universities and in schools from your movement is a hell of a lot more than I've seen it from people like Thunderfoot who just make content on YouTube. It's so funny how you're trying to project this onto him. And so what if they do these things in the name of him? You never told them to do these things. They're acting out of their own free will because, as usual with you neo-progressive bullshitters, you have to remove a person's agency and make them into a mindless drone in order for your bullshit to work. And sadly, the world doesn't work like that. So it ends up just falling flat on its face.
One could even argue with convincing evidence that he even goes as far as to facilitate their efforts in many ways.
He's still not provided us this evidence. He keeps saying there's evidence, but we've not seen any. He's not going to link them to any of these things that he's said or done. It's just all assertions and lies and hearsay as per usual. Come on, Tyler, I gave you a chance and you failed. But since you just said that there's more evidence, maybe I should give you a second chance. I mean, I'm very much a 3 tries type of person in many ways.
He has exposed the personal information of an online critic of his.
She did it. In a video, she filmed herself doing it. We all know this. Stop lying, Tyler.
On his YouTube page. He is either unaware of his effect on the world and how far people will go in his name, which makes him dangerous and a liability to you.
Well, then it's not his fault then, is it? If he's unaware of some people doing things that he can't control, how's it his fault? He didn't tell them to do it, which is what you seem to be implying, but where's that evidence? The clock is ticking. You're on your third fucking chance, mate. 3rd chance. Are you ready?
Or he is aware of his influences and the actions people take in his name, and he is exploiting it to his own personal benefits and carnal desires. Even more dangerous.
It's all hypothetical and assertions at this rate, Tyler. You've not proven anything to these employers. Maybe that's why they never listen to you. Oh, Tyler. Oh, Tyler. Your chance is up. You've proven nothing.
Either way you look at this, it's not very good, and whether Mr. Mason cares to admit it or not, he's become something of a demagogue.
Really? And the likes of the Sarkeesian are not? What has Thunderfoot done to become some kind of demagogue? All he does is critique somebody from your ideology, you don't like it, and now all of a sudden he's a demagogue. Do you even know what a demagogue actually is, Tyler?
And that makes him a serious liability to your staff and the institution that you work for.
Alright, Tyler, here we are. This is how I'm going to pretty much destroy this argument entirely. Okay, so you claim he is a demagogue, and this somehow puts Thunderfoot's research job and his employers at some kind of jeopardy, Well, here is the definition of demagogue by Google. Demagogue, a political leader who seeks support by appealing to popular desires and prejudices rather than by using rational argument. Or, in ancient Greece and Rome, a leader or orator who espoused the cause of the common people. Now, you are certainly not espousing the cause of the common people. Not at all. You're not helping anyone. You're just helping... You're trying to help, but actually you're making things worse for people, and you're making things worse for Thunderfoot and Thunderfoot's employers. But you are certainly the first one. Isn't this ironic? And yet more projection. That the one person who is basically appealing to a whole YouTube community's popular desire to see the end of Thunderfoot and appealing to their prejudices rather than by using rational argument is not Thunderfoot, but you. It's you who's doing that. Yeah, you have the cheek to call Thunderfoot a demagogue. And here we are thinking that you are the one who's somehow morally and intellectually superior to him and us, when you don't even know the meaning of the word you just used. I've never seen Thunderfoot do that. I've only ever seen him use rational argument, so... Oh, Tyler, you just shot yourself in the foot right there.
Example. Till this point, I had never heard of you, and now I'm sending you a letter about the heinous actions of your employee. Not good publicity, if I say so myself.
Haven't even provided any examples of heinous behaviour. You just asserted something that looks like an example, but it actually isn't. It's just an accusation. It's not an example.
This is no joke.
Oh yes it is. This video is very much a joke. I'm just doing this for the lulz at this rate.
Please investigate this further. I doubt this is the last email you'll receive regarding the man, and it will not be the last you hear from me. Sincerely, Tyler Street. Thank you for your time.
I certainly don't thank you for wasting my time, Tyler. I could have been doing other things, like preparing to go to work, but oh well, I'm stuck with you.
What this man is doing is wrong.
No, it's not actually. It's not wrong. It's not even illegal. For the people that have been doing this, not Thunderfoot. It's not illegal, especially when, one, Laughing Witch doxed herself, two, the people doing this, sending 1-star reviews to her business, aren't doing anything illegal, especially not in US law, and they're doing it out of their own free will. So, one, Thunderfoot has done nothing, and two, you haven't proven that he's done anything, so actually he's not doing anything wrong. Isn't that funny?
You are aiding a man hurting someone who could be your mother. Philip.
I'm sorry, but Laughing Witch is 52. Thunderfoot is like, what, 43? There's no way she could be his mother. You just insulted Laughing Witch for making her look like she's 65 when actually she's 52. So that's dumb. You can't emotionally blackmail us and Thunderfoot by getting an age difference wrong. You stupid fuck.
You are becoming a Nazi to prove that you're not a Nazi.
No, I think it's fine. The only person who has espoused anything close to Nazism is you, by trying to censor him and redefining words. That's very Orwellian. Oh my god, you are special.
What are you doing, Philip? Honestly, what is this about?
You know what this is about? That's a rhetorical question. He's retaliating to someone who tried to ruin his life and get him arrested for views he doesn't actually hold and has never espoused. It hasn't become a Nazi. I'm sorry, but, people going out of their own accord to do something he never told them to do is not Nazism, Tyler. You don't even know what that means either. You really are dumb.
Whatever point you had to this whole tirade, then yes, it began with Rebecca Watson.
You what, mate? This is going a bit far back to something that's not even relevant. She has nothing to do with this. Hell, Anita Sarkeesian indirectly has something to do with this because it was her fans that were trying to ruin his life in the first place and censor him. But, oh well, Tyler has to do something to keep this train wreck going. And what do you mean by tirade? There is no tirade. He responded to idiots, to horrible people who tried to do all this bullshit to him. And he responded in the only way he thought he could do. I mean, in my opinion, there were many ways he could have responded. I don't think he should have posted her work page, her Yelp page, but oh well, it was publicly available and she doxed herself. So, fair game. No sympathy.
It's complete nonsense at this point. You're only making yourself look like more of a jackass.
Really? Look in the mirror. And by the way, nobody's blaming Anita Sarkeesian for the harassment that he got and for what these people did in her name. Just thought I'd put that out there, people. Nobody's blaming her for anything. I don't personally blame her for this. She didn't tell him to do it. But isn't that funny that Thunderfoot gets this treatment, but she doesn't? Hypocrisy.
Goodbye. I hope you wake up and realize what you're doing. And realize what people are doing in your name. Unless you do.
Magnificent, Tyler. Magnificent. Truly a rational argument. Truly the work of someone who isn't at all a demagogue. Well, I was promising to stop all the Thunderfoot shit, but I didn't realise that this video was about him. And this was one of the many projects that I mentioned in the description of the last video that I did. So, sorry guys, but it was so dumb I had to do it. Plus, it's just a good top keck video that you have to laugh at. So, you know, I did it anyway. So, hopefully this is the last actual video unless things pick up. So, this has been Charming Man 93. Like, share the videos, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all later.